you go. Here we are again. Love the view out the window. I can actually see the little grass courts over your left shoulder.
You got a little bit there.
Yeah.
I can move that a little bit there, like that, right?
That's
Gets a
cool.
little more.
That's cool, and it's kind of cool. This is from your apartment there at the Western Lawn Tennis Club. And it looks bigger than a studio. It's kind of spacious and
it's a full blown loft.
Nice, even better,
even better. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, guys, listen. Thanks for hanging out with me and Jeff again in this episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. We really appreciate it. Certainly hope you're getting a nugget now and then. Something just popped up on my screen. Let me take a look at this and said the Mac is not running fast enough. Well, too bad.
Pedal harder.
I'll have to get going a little bit faster here. I got a few. I'm sort of multitasking with saving things and doing this and video.
Yeah.
Video rendering and blah blah blah. Anyway, so guys, again, thanks for hanging out with us, and we've got an interesting topic today that actually Jeff, that you were. It was your moment in the sun yesterday in that coaching webinar with one of our students. And I want to get to that in just a second. But before we do, a reminder, Jeff and I are offering a free private coaching call to anyone. It's 10 minutes. And 10 minutes might sound like a pretty short amount of time. But what we ask is you bring that one thing in your game right now that's kind of holding you back. That if you could solve that one thing, that you might start getting that result in your tennis game that you want, primarily being able to play at the same high level, your highest skill level range day in and day out. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Really build some solid confidence, and we want to help you do that. The way to get on that coaching call, again, it's private, it's free, 3-way call with you, me, and Jeff, is go over to goldballhunting.com. Drop in your first name and email address, click the button, and you'll get access to 2 very cool things. Number 1, you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler where you get to cherry pick the date and time that works best for you. We're at your service on this thing.
Yes.
But the other thing you'll get access to is a private video that Jeff and I recorded a few months ago, on how to reduce your skill level range, which is really the way that we build confidence in our tennis game. Is, you know how that thing goes. One day you play up here, top of your skill level range, think you got the game figured out, and then the next day you go out and kind of lay an egg down in here and go, man, I don't have it figured out. So this video will help you take the bottom of that skill level range, bring it up to the top on a day-to-day basis, and that's when you'll start having more fun. Again, goldballhunting.com. Drop in a first name, email address, click the button, and you'll be all set. So, Jeff, you got any updates on what's going on there before I ask you about the topic for the day?
Well, it's we had a little rain, the night before and yesterday morning till about noon 1. Then it kind of cleared out a little bit, and then we got a little cloud today. It's kind of cold, but right now we're just in getting the club ready to open Memorial Weekend. So,
cool.
The grass is busy growing. It looks really lush. It's nice. So it's doing its job.
Isn't that an oxymoron? Like the grass is busy growing.
Busy growing, yeah. So as lush as it looks right now, they're definitely, we're not going to get out there and be playing any time, in the next 24 hours for sure. But it's all looking really good.
Cool.
The winter was harsh, but
guys,
the grass is rebounding.
Guys, if you're in the Pontiac, Michigan area, anywhere in that area, you want to experience some amazing grass court tennis, contact this dude. Over here, and yes,
yeah, and
he'll get you hooked up. So Jeffrey, well, that's cool, man. So here's what I want to talk about today, Jeff. Is we had one of our private coaching students yesterday in a coaching webinar, and one of the things that we talk a lot about is receive and send mode, MODE.
Right.
And really, the situation is where you've pulled your opponent way off the court, and you've got the lower 40 to hit the next shot into. You have got this thing that is just like this big
You could
vacuum.
park your RV. You could park your RV on it.
You could, yeah, and you could do donuts with the RV in there. I mean, it's so big. And yet, what happens is we're so anxious
Right.
to finish it, to finish the point, that we get a little bit into send mode. And send mode is the classic definition of making contact too early,
Right.
and chunking, shanking, burying it either into the bottom of the net, out wide, deep, whatever it is. But
Every possibility.
the thing that you mentioned yesterday is how we totally forget about
Right.
process. And process is about stroke technique, right? I mean, it's about
I think you mentioned it earlier. I think the phrase I used was we abandoned procedure.
right. Thank you. Thank you.
And so, and so, I mean, we talk about rituals in tennis and the ingredients, just the ingredients, not even being hyper technical, just the ingredients of a ready position, a turn, spacing, footwork. All those things are the ingredients that lead up to the actual execution of the swing, right? To create let's say a kinetic swing that's smooth, and the body isn't fighting itself, and you're actually producing this this kinetic chain swing that is comfortable, and it feels amazing when you do it because the body is in such let's say harmony when you're hitting it. But in these moments, we talk about receiving and sending. You've let's say you've focused on producing your pattern or your strategy, whatever you want to call it, and you've really kind of been staying at home mentally. You've been just paying attention to your stuff, making sure we're getting, we're following the order of the ingredients and how the order in which they should be delivered, right? The domino effect. And then all of a sudden, we've created the opening that we always hoped and dreamed we would, right?
Yeah.
And then we are so now distracted by the opportunity that we abandon procedure. And now we hurry up because now we want to hurry up and hit the ball into the open court. We want to hurry up and hit the ball over there and not let my opponent touch the ball. I want to hurry up and hit a winner. Every hurry up phrase you can follow that, I want to hurry up and then I end up chunking it in the bottom of the net, chunking it wide, chunking it long, whatever it might be. Or I've hit it and maybe I felt like I even clipped the line, but guy's on the other side of the court and he misses the call. I mean, there's just, that can happen. That's happened more times than I can count in my career. So the way I kind of talk about it sometimes when I'm on court with a student is, listen, you did such a great job in the first three shots to create the opportunity, and now you've just totally disrespected those three shots by going off the reservation, by now changing your mindset into doing something else rather than following procedure. Prep, adjust the feet, hit the shot you're supposed to hit, and then go to the next place you're supposed to go to.
Right.
Follow procedure.
Right.
And then see if the ball doesn't come back.
Right.
Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it will.
Yeah. No, that's good.
But now you're in the new place though to handle that in a fashion we should be then still on the right end of that that now it's a two-shot combination to win the point instead of one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it, because the difference between thinking of this is an outright winner opportunity where we get out in front, we get into send mode, which literally means that we're trying to make contact too early rather than allowing the ball to get into really the framework that is ideal for us. But the difference between reaching out too early and allowing it to get into the right spot is just like a nanosecond or two. And the difference between those two, or the difference between that time is really minuscule, but the results of being into send mode or the results of being into receive mode are like night and day. So
Huge.
you just said that, and I was now, because I've been in send mode way too often in that situation, and I've learned that I have to fool myself. I have to tell myself it's not a wide opening. I have to allow the ball to get to the right spot, and I think, just like you said, this is always a two-shot mindset.
Right.
Primarily because even though I've got a fat opening over there, I can't stop my opponent from anticipating that that's where I'm going to go. And he just takes off like a bat out of hell and starts running over there. And no matter how well I hit it, he's there. I can't stop him from doing that. And I think what happens is when we get into send mode is the feet stop. And we just, they just stop and we lean forward, we get off balance, we literally get the upper body too far out in front. And if the guy's there, now we're in a lousy court position because we haven't thought of this as a potential two-shot play. So
for sure.
I love what you said yesterday about abandoning procedure. I thought that was a great phrase. And so congratulations on that.
It just came to me in the middle of the the exchange. It was like there it is, just walked out. There's on that. I noticed this way back as a junior and really paid way more attention to it and I started my college career. But I was told to. I think I'm gonna give credit to Rich Anderson, legendary NorCal coach. Watching Jimmy Connors when he hit winners, he hit and he was still following the ball, tracking, going to the next place, and almost squaring and looking like almost like, please hit the ball back.
Yeah.
He was so in the moment and so in the fight.
Yeah.
That he was like begging for the ball to come back, even though he just hit this little slider, whatever it was. But when you watch him play, he was the first one I really noticed. Anytime he most of the time when he bang off a winner, he was still adjusting, tracking the ball, and going to the next place until the ball bounced twice, and then he'd peel off, and then on to the next shot. But so
well, no, that's good. I have got an example too. I was at the Cow Palace in San Francisco one year when they played I guess it was the Transamerica back then at the Cow Palace. And I remember I was sitting right behind the baseline in Johan Creek, serving to the deuce court, and I can't remember who his opponent was, but Johan played a serve and volley, played the serve out wide. The return came back into his backhand, and he plays it into the open court, cross court to the ad side, and he's still coming in and he's tracking the ball over there, never realizing that the opponent, when he stretched him out, stumbled, tripped, and fell over. And he was sitting in the alley, just kind of hoping that Johan might miss the volley, and Johan never ever knew that this guy. I just went, wow, these guys are kind of locked in on this thing, aren't they?
Kind of focused,
yeah,
huh?
That's right. So
well, that's the deal is that can you stay focused to stay on procedure? Boom, hit it over there, track the ball, blah blah blah. No one enters the picture. That's a good thing. Stay on it. Okay, bounce twice, hit the fence, whatever. Okay, now I get to drop down a level of focus and move on.
That's right.
It's one of those. Funny thing about the Transamerica way back in the day is there was qualies for that, and then there was pre-qualies.
I think played at San Jose State or
San Jose State, yeah. And the last time I played that, I didn't get in. I had to play pre-qualies. I went 7 rounds and still had 3 to go to get in.
God, it's like 2 tournaments.
I beat everybody and their mother.
Yeah.
And, barely got a handshake, no points, no money, no nothing. It's just like, have a nice day. I mean, it was a week of my life, just doing it. I mean, but that's the way, you had opportunity though back then. It's a different animal now, but it was great to have the opportunity. And I mean, it was, like I said, 7 rounds.
Yeah.
And the light at the end of the tunnel was still far away. It was still like, God, dang it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at some of these guys now. They have the same thing. I mean, there are some pre-qualies, but it's the same deal. I mean, you see these guys who go through that, and then they get in the qualies, and they get in the main draw, and they're just going, I think I've had enough. It's just so. All right. Well, listen. Hey guys.
Exactly.
So listen. Thanks for hanging out again with us today. We really appreciate it. Just a quick reminder: free private coaching call. The three of us, you, me, and Jeff.
Yep.
Go over to Gold Ball Hunting to get signed up for it. Drop in a first name and email address. Click the button, and you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler. Jeff.
Yeah.
What would we like to find folks? Really, sincerely, what would we like them to do? This is just not a thing that we just kind of throw out there. We really, really want you to do one, if not all four of these things.
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below. Love to hear from you.
Guys, thanks again. Get out there today. You're going to have to do it. Help someone else have a great day. And Jeff will do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.